Well,
Yeah.
we've gone full. We've gone full, haven't we? First of all, the top part looks like the opening of 205 Live.
Damn, that does look exactly like that. I should have put another guy on the other side. They collide. Two ninjas.
um, but this was nice.
This
Was
is like
this this?
this was refreshing, man. I want to say this. NXT was so refreshing of being the blackest. This was a statement episode from Shawn and Triple H. We're featuring all the black people, and it's gonna be the blackest show ever. They insulted Wesley by calling him light skinned, which is the universally blackest thing you have ever done on a wrestling show. You have never made a race joke about another black man on the show. Calling him light skinned, like chill out, light skinned, and everybody got it.
But the thing is, it came from Trick, who's not that dark in the first place.
Compared to
Trick is
Wesley,
black, but he's not
Trick-
dark. He's not. He's not Michael Blackson, Marcus.
no, or Javon Evans.
or Obafemi.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a refreshing show. We're throwing all this at you at once, and you have to deal with all of this. Whatever the lingo's going on, whatever's going on, we are blacking this show up tonight. Yes, Javon lost to Randy Orton, but you know what? That was a feel-good loss and a botch.
That was expected, though.
Yeah.
We expected him to lose that.
But Manny, we're not starting the show, right? This ain't right. So this is the alternative thumbnail, which became the definitive thumbnail. This is definitive.
No. This is the thumbnail, but this is the guilt trip thumbnail.
Because apparently it's Black History Month in the UK, and I felt guilty of showing a black man lose their belt in this one. But this is NXT inspired numerous thumbnails. This was the Manny edition, where I think it's literally 90% of things Manny dislike and 10% of things he likes, and the 10% he likes is Emi Sakura and his own face. That's it.
Do you know I don't like Amy Sakura nearly as much because she's not impersonating Eddie Mercury anymore?
I like that she's always chasing for gold. She and I have a new rule for my thumbnails, Manny. It's official. Anytime one of these random Japanese women show up on AEW Dynamite for one of their random title matches, they're making the cover. This is Emi Sakura's turn. That's why she's here. When Riho shows up, or Yuka Sakazaki shows up, and Mina Shirakawa just gets it because, her shake her teeth. Hers might be a gift.
Dare I need say it? Shida doesn't feature on AEW nearly as much anymore. I think Shida, if she appears, has to go on this. She has to.
Yeah. Nyla Rose almost appeared on this for no reason.
No, because you can't put Nyla Rose on this. She's part of the cycle. You can't put the cycle.
They're all in the cycle.
You can't put the start of the cycle on the thing.
They're all in the cycle, though. They're all in the cycle. Disrespect to the Rock's knees for no reason. For those who don't know, that is the gif of Spice Adams with Manny's face and whited out, and more Manny in white face. Right?
How is that white face?
I mean, brown. I don't know, but I changed his color. That is not the skin of Jey Uso. I'm just saying.
I mean, it would have worked if you just left it.
No, it doesn't. It didn't.
I just want to point
Jey
out.
Uso was dark as fuck.
I wish you had hair to see you try and pull off that haircut.
Oh, never. I could never do braids. I would never see myself as doing braids. Me with beard and the braids, I feel like I just look like a homeless hobo. Like I'm not a Rasta guy anyway, so I just be like, "Are you a Rasta? You smoking weed?" No, I'm clean. I'm just. Why are you looking like this?
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, the racially ambiguous Lord Manny Hayes, which means, Marcus, I am going to celebrate the Latin Heritage Month that's going on in America. And
No,
and the Black History Month that's going on in the UK.
So I want to jump in here. First of all, Eric has it. There's a Black History Month here in the UK. Yes, and not only that, Eric, Manny, explain to him how they plan on extending it to the season.
Not extending it. It's not extending it. Where I work extends Black History Month to not just October, not just November. They have events going all the way to December.
Fucking woke ass you, England. Here we are scrapping to get a real month like January, and we're happy to force Juneteenth in people's face. That's what we got to do. That's all we get. We get February and Juneteenth. That is it. We get no other day.
No, you also get the day at the docks.
That has nothing to do with a black man. If a black man works in those docks, man, you know he was stringed up and killed, murdered on them docks. Also, I'm giving
that's a black holiday now. That's an unofficial black
holiday.
Fine,
we're taking it. We're taking it there. We're taking it. I would also like to give AEW a preemptive strike. I know we have not started the show yet, but it was for their Latin Heritage Homage show, in which this is the first time they brought it up. And Manny, it's started September 15th, and it is October 15th.
Yeah, what the
this
fuck
is the only
that?
time. What, we got a week? We get one match in this week. It's the first time they brought it up, and I was like, that's disrespect. This would have never happened if Cubana Cody was there.
I find the match they gave for this month also rather disrespectful.
Oh, I am getting my dock holidays mixed up. Eric, I'm thinking of Labor Day. You're thinking of the Riverboat.
Yeah, the Riverboat, Marcus.
I got my
It's an official black holiday.
Absolutely, it's the day we came together.
I think
that was honestly, that felt like the end of the movie Independence Day when Bill Pullman giving a speech talking about we're gonna come on the day he's celebrating our Independence Day. Wow.
There is no news. There is no news. If there is, I don't care about the news.
I mean, the only news we have is the news that happened on these two shows that happened on this show, which I guess there's one new story that happened on one of them. I'm intrigued this week of switching it up. I'm going to talk about NXT to start the show. I believe it deserves to be talked about first over AEW Dynamite this week. I know we normally do it the other way because AEW was the bigger draw, but I don't know where we stand in that aspect now.
It's not the bigger draw. We do it because AEW, when we do the show on Thursday, is the freshest show.
Oh, well, yeah. I did it because I thought it was because it was the bigger show. It's the bigger deal. Where people care about AEW than what was going on NXT for a while.
Not at the moment.
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. But I'm saying, at the time when we originally started this show, the AEW Dynamite, I was like, we should start with Dynamite. It's the hotter product. Even though NXT was my shit. It was the hotter product.
Okay, so NXT opened up with Trick Williams, addressing his title victory, only to be interrupted by Wes Lee, who made it clear he wants a title shot.
Chill out, light skin.
Yeah, he got called light skin. Wesley told Trick he ain't it. He's gonna be the one that takes the title away from him. He's gonna be the one that takes the title from him before he gets comfortable with it and leaves him like his boy Mello did.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, this is getting serious. I don't know why Wesley was up there like he was a swashbuckling pirate in the crowd. I thought he was going to swing down the Raptors on a rope like this. But whatever. I would like to say I want to shout out to the St. Louis crowd. I know they had to change for a smaller venue due to low ticket sales, but this venue was nice. It was rocking. It was smaller. The crowd was really into it.
It fit for NXT. Last week, cool. They were like slightly bigger arena in Chicago, but it just didn't fit NXT. Like NXT is supposed to be this little small, like humble community that makes a little bit of noise, not too much.
It's the WWE presents indie show.
Yeah,
and it felt like that. I felt like, oh, you got the buzz, the setup, and everything, and it's like when WWE does stadium shows I'm more of a
Yeah.
fan of arena shows where they're like, oh yeah, we're in the Allstate Arena. It's cool.
Yeah, I
Instead
like when you
of,
can
oh
trap the
man,
sound
we're
in. Anyway, when you can trap the
yeah,
sound in, so you can hear it, and it makes you feel more involved. Because when that crowd is hot, the match is hotter because you feel it. You can feel something there. There's an atmosphere here.
yeah. Like when Booker T yelled, they sound like they gonna blow the roof off of this joint. It did sound like that.
Yeah,
Like
and it
it
was only
sounded
like
like
3,000 of
30,000
them.
people.
It
It
was
may
only
be
like
two or
three.
3,000, maybe less
Yeah,
than that. Who knows? Yeah,
yeah.
but it
Um,
felt like a rockets party.
yeah, and I was telling you just before we went live, I think at least NXT needs to start traveling a bit more. Like, it's cool and all staying in Florida, and I know people are gonna, you hate the people in Florida. Da, da, da. I do. I hate all of them, but
Hold on, man. This is not a time to say that. Condolences to all the people in Florida who are going through this insane hurricane that's going on.
yep,
That's
sure. I
destroying
mean,
all of Florida.
I hate the
So
people
I
that
want
are
to
in
be
it.
careful what you're saying
I
because it's
hate
going to be
all
next
this.
thing they're going to post. Manny said, "I hate Florida. They deserve the hurricane." No, that's not what he said.
No, I hate all the people that turn up week after week in the Performance Center or the CWC because it just doesn't. It feels the same. It's not. It just feels the same
Yeah,
type of reaction, and they decide. It's almost like them people decide who's over and who isn't, and who to like and who not to like. I
yeah.
don't like to be told. I like to make my own decisions. Okay.
You don't come with your own fancy chats, but yeah, I agree with you. I think they should travel more, and I think AEW should do smaller arenas too, more often, just like this, and
Yeah.
NXT should too, until you reach the
Yeah.
level. You know?
And then before anything escalated between not Mello, Wesley and Trick, Jey Uso came out. He made a surprise appearance, even though we knew he was going there.
Did he?
Yeah, he said it in a, I think, online exclusive. Um, he hugged Trick Williams, and then they have a yeet and whoop that moment.
I didn't know he was showing up at all, but his music hit. I went, "Oh shit, Jay!"
Yeah, no, in
Yeah.
this interview, he's in the trainer's room, and Jackie Redmond comes up to him. And
Oh,
first,
okay.
I don't like you coming in here unannounced, Jackie. Don't just creep up on me. And then he was all against them being speared by Bron Breakker.
Eric is attacking going to. It's hilarious that Manny's hating the rise from humankind. He just does not want anything to do with humans. I'll say about 80% of them.
Mark, Eric, I think it's not just that. I think it also comes from other people having fun. I just don't want to see it.
Damn. I think Eric, you have lost the title of hater as Manny doesn't even want to see people having fun. Look at them. Fucking kids on their swing. So simple. They're on a swing eating ice cream. Fuck their fun. I hate them. Manny, they're 7.
So they should be exposed to the harsh realities of life so they're prepared.
I'll tell you where my hate does from. And we all know I'm accustomed to. I brought this up news. I have a fear of dogs. It's gotten better over time, but I do have a ridiculous phobia of dogs. But I do tell you what makes me angry. It's when I see a dog, other than Prince Frizzly, pressing through the arena. When I see a happy dog walking through the street, and they're walking and they just look at their owner, they have that little pep to their step, pisses me off every single time. Because I know that dog is living better than me. He's eating better than me. He has a bigger room than me.
No, I like seeing happy dogs. It's those ones that look a bit like their sole purpose is to be guard dogs. They're the scary ones.
The happy dogs are the worst. I just don't like them. They're just... You never had a bad day in your life, huh? Everything's easy for you. Got a higher credit score than me. They can sell you this house right now. They wouldn't sell me. Fuck
Oh,
you,
your
dog.
parent, your human parent loves you, does it?
Yeah. Well, my human parents walked out on me. That's not true, but it's like...
For those that were just listening, Marcus spewed hate for dogs. And happy dogs at that. And then a dog started barking.
Yeah. The dog felt it. He felt it. He's like, "Motherfucker, I hear you. We can hear you. We can all hear you."
So the first match of the night was Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Kalani Jordan as I now called Snap, Cackle, and Young Pop.
Why can't she just be the pop? I mean, it's three of
No,
them.
no, because
What?
Naomi's ripped the actual Pop.
Hold on. Naomi didn't make the trip. Wasn't she supposed to be here? I felt like she was supposed to be here, but she didn't show up. Well, anyway.
Naomi had other plans. They defeated JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Jasmine Nix. Fatal Attraction. They gave Jasmine Nix the business.
Influence.
They gave her the business.
Yeah.
Jasmine Nix got given the business, got every single move thrown at her, and I thought that was justified.
She got all the combo moves. But you know what? That's what she get for letting one Pele kid on Bianca Belair. Bianca
Oh, that was beautiful. That Pele kick was beautiful, though.
She landed there, and Bianca was like, "Oh, main roster." Yeah,
Bianca sold it perfectly.
yeah. Bianca went, "All right, main roster, bitch." Fuck it up. You think you gonna fight me? We're doing all the combo moves, but the one takeaway from this, shout out to Bianca for she should be the main focus on every show, but she's kind of in that role of like, I'm helping everybody out. Of like, oh, I show up here, I do this, I do that. And she's not in the main event. She's not hogging that main event spotlight a la, a Charlotte Flair or as they accused Becky of doing. But she's out there just helping others.
They did accuse her of that. They did accuse them of just forcing the issue of diversity before. Remember? When her title reign was getting a little bit stale. But that was just because she was a babyface. So like that's what happened. Like they could have spiced it up by turning her heel or whatnot and added some edge to her again. But people just get tired of the same people on top. That's why I like the fact that she's not got any like I should be in the main event right now kind of vibes to her.
Like eventually she'll get there. She's like, again, one of the most athletic and reliable people they have on their roster. And I'm talking about male or female. Like, shout out to Bianca.
I think Fatal Influence need to start dressing like a team. Because Kalani Jordan,
they're all over the place.
Kalani Jordan ain't even with. She was just doing a cameo with Snap and Cackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they look like they've been teaming for years.
Yeah. Like they were synced up. Here comes Fatal Influence. There's Cowboy Girl. There's Jasmine Nix. And then there's, I guess, other Cowboy Girl with the hat. Yeah. I don't know. Like that's when they're the rock star. JCJ has a hat, but I guess Jasmine needs to get a hat, so maybe they could have something in common, but they just look like random mashed up people together.
Eric said it's Bianca the female version of The Miz, but more athletic. I don't think so because The Miz is not really in that top mid card.
He's kind of mid card.
He's mid card to possibly bottom of the mid card, but he's just reliable. Whereas Bianca is the poster girl for most stuff. Even if she's not on the show, she's on the poster.
Yeah, even when Bayley's champion, Bianca's on that poster. And I'm going to say this. Bianca is John Cena. For her charitable work and all that stuff. It seems like she's out there. I don't know.
Well, I think she's really out there because she is that representation they're looking for in young girls.
Yeah. So, shout out to them.
Good morning, evening. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Oh, just
who the fuck? Fuck Nate from Ted. That's a really.
Fuck Nate.
That's a callback.
You know what? J.K. Smith, you done hit the grand slam of fuck these people. Fuck Hulk Hogan, fuck Nate from Ted Lasso, and fuck Aaron Rodgers. Messing up my fantasy team.
Those 3 picks must have fucked you hard. Then there was also a pick. There's a pick 6 in there as well.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with all of those. Moving on to NXT.
Randy tells Fraction it's okay sometimes to find the dark place, which I was like,
ooh, turn heel.
Roxanne Perez is in the ring, Marcus. She cuts a promo criticizing the fans for expecting her to lose to Julia last week. This is where, Marcus, I said, is this a good deal or is it a bad deal? What's better than one person who can't talk? two people who can't talk. And she
Oh,
introduced
man,
Cora
man.
Jade, reigniting their old friendship.
Manny, I did some math here, and I want to see if my math adds up. There was two people in the ring, right? Cora
Yeah.
Jade and Roxanne Perez. Neither one of them could talk. So that's 0 promo ability. So we times that by 2. And it's still 0, right? It does not add up to like any charisma whatsoever. They
No.
were just going on and on. And I was like, oh, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good at all.
You actually got your equation wrong.
Oh, did I?
Yes, because what we see first is Roxanne Perez. So she can't talk. So that's a 0 in the ring.
Yes.
So what we did was times that by 2 by adding Cora Jade into the ring.
I thought you could add titties.
And Cora Jade can't talk. And she spoke a lot of nonsense, stating that she is the new woman. She is a new woman who is going to make NXT. They were interrupted by 2 other people that can just about speak on the microphone in their in English. In their native tongue, they could probably just demolish the microphone, with Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, who handled the girls, and then they both, in simultaneous fashion, pick up the NXT title.
Yes, that's a dramatic fan. Oh. But I will tell you this, in their little bit of coming out, Stephanie and Julia, more charisma than Cora Jade have had in that ring. It was like I was just looking at somebody talking in an empty room with Cora Jade and Roxanne, just talking to themselves, and they was like, oh,
Yeah, I'm just like, shut
we're
up.
all
Please.
watching this. Yeah, we're all
Please
here.
shut up.
We can hear you. I hope you know this. We can all hear this.
And then as he's in the live chat, we can go to him. Ren Sinclair is gonna show Stephanie Vaquer what NXT is all about next week, where they go 1-on-1. And then the Ren QCC run into Lexus King reviewing his match last week.
He's still looking at this thing.
He is looking for a match where they cannot cheat. What is his name? Charlie Dempsey suggests a rounds match. He's like, no, we're going to have a gentleman's duel.
Charlie Dempsey left the Harley Race look aside and just went with full mustache now. So,
he went with a Yosemite Sam. He needs a cowboy hat and 2 guns.
He's looking more like a man's man every day. Just saying. So, Eric, was this good Lexus King or bad Lexus King? You're in the chat. You know what to put up.
Was this good Lexus King or bad Lexus King? We'll come back to that. Tony D'Angelo versus Obafemi. Obafemi, who has just surpassed the longest title reign of the North American title.
Yeah. You know your days are numbered when they start actually numbering your days. Like, oh yeah, you know he passed the longest thing. Has he now? Well, shit. Get him out.
I appreciate Lexus King paying attention to his craft and researching the finer details of wrestling. Good king. He doesn't call him Lexus King now. He just called him a good king.
He's just king. Not since
He's
Martin
just
Luther
the king.
King and someone just been known as king.
I felt this was a whole strike. Nothing says more I hate this than Obafemi losing to a sunset flip. We have Okada last week losing to a backslide. Now we have Obafemi losing to a sunset flip. And while he may have looked strong in defeat, I hated every second of this. It was disgusting.
He had to lose that belt, Manny, and it had to look like a fluke. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's leaving.
What? For
He's not
black
staying down there.
representation on the main roster? Or is he going
Triple H needs help. Sean, please. Give me one of them. Give me one of them. You can't have all the melanin in WWE. Give me some of that, please. Please, for the love of God.
This is slightly off topic, but the Bad Blood press conference, Triple H was actually asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily like the answer he gave. It is a correct answer. I just don't like the way he said that answer. I don't know how you feel when people say, I don't see color. I don't like hearing that.
I never like it. It's always like, oh, you clearly do. Who don't see color? Like,
It's not
right
that-
away. It's not that you're a racist. It's just that we're conditioned as human beings now to see diversity and lack of diversity in the modern age. People who say I don't see color is clearly someone that's trying to live their life with blind shields over their eyes
Yeah,
and
you
don't
don't
want to see any
see
of the issue.
you don't see the issues, you don't see the struggles of any person of color. That's so
Yeah.
when I hear that, it really just throws me off. Where but he extended it by saying, "I don't see color, I just see talent," which I mean is true, but there are some talented colored folk on the rosters.
Well, Manny, I don't think you should say colored folk. It's not 1963. I don't care what race you're talking about. We don't just call them colored folk. Hispanic, black, or whatever. Just there's some colored folk out there.
Because look what he's doing to the actual Latin part of the roster. They just fight each other. None of them go to that upper level. When was the last time
Yeah.
we saw any of them go to that upper level?
Yeah, never. It's
And
rarely. What, Big E?
yeah, it's where I just say you can't pander to every time someone brings it up, because that,
Yeah.
like we said on the live stream, if you overly force the issue now with black wrestlers, people are it's gonna feel forced anytime something good happens. And then the moment you kind of pander to the situation, other minority groups are going to speak up and go, well, look at this. These guys are being misrepresented in the mid card. So at least some of them are very talented that they could be higher on the card and feature on pay-per-views and stuff like that. It's just pushing yourself. It's booking yourself into almost into a corner.
Yeah, it's negotiating with terrorists. At that point, that's what you're doing. You're giving it to the demands. And you know what? It seems like you just give it to the man. You want seconds from just natural progression the way it's supposed to be. I think that, in all wrestling brands, you can do a little bit better in diversity. Like WWE is pretty diverse right now. Like I would say that. But it is a blind spot that they do not have any black talent on their roster. When the predominant athlete in any sport around the world is probably black or of some kind of color. For you not to have anybody, like even close, like Mello would be the closest person we have to a black guy main eventing right now.
I
and you know how far away that is?
I do find it strange, though, that you can actually do this with the women. I mean, it's not that much. It's Bianca, really. Like, Bianca's the star.
I mean, Jade is featured,
Jade just looks the part. She isn't actually
Naomi
the
shows
part.
up every now and
And
then.
Naomi's there. Naomi's just there, in my opinion. Naomi's just there. But
Kiana James is missing.
I agree with Eric.
Oh, what? He talks.
I'm not... What's happened to you?
I'm not a fan of oppressing one segment to cater to another because it doesn't feel genuine. It's just true.
Yeah.
It feels like bullshit. Like, oh,
Yeah.
here we go. Oh, let's put this out there. You know what felt natural? Bianca Belair. And I guess we're giving a bunch of praise to Bianca this week. Apparently. Didn't think I was going to talk this much about Bianca. But her and Sasha Banks, WrestleMania, it felt natural. Didn't seem like it's natural progression. She won the Rumble. It didn't seem forced.
That felt natural, but then Kofi winning the title at Kofi Mania, that felt so organic. Like, we watched that happen. It didn't feel like we were forcing a black man into a world title picture. It just felt like it was there.
We listened to the crowd. He should have won in the Elimination Chamber and all that stuff. And it built up to like, hey, fuck this. Kofi Kingston's the man. Everybody got behind him.
Yeah. I like this. I actually like this conversation. It's an awkward conversation for many, but it's a good conversation to have. It's a cop out to say you don't see color, says Jimmy. You should see differences and showcase the special aspects of everyone has. On the same token, they do not need to allow minority wrestlers to break stereotypes. Oh, they do need to allow minority wrestlers to break stereotypes.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, what you're typecast in wrestling at some points.
Yeah, I think at the current moment, it's mostly the Hispanic wrestlers that I can't get over stereotyping.
Yeah.
They're all the same. They all do the same thing. They all worship Eddie Guerrero and whatever that may be true. But they all of them to see them do a flip and they are never getting past Intercontinental or mid-card.
Well, this is also the problem. You're either Legado, as I've joked before, you're either Legado or you're LWO at this point in time. One or the other.
Or you're Andrade.
Or you're Andrade. Or Carlito.
Or Dominic. Like, there are people who have escaped that feud, but Dominic is still feuding with the LWO, which is his own father and shit. So,
so we can move on from that to moving to Lola Vice.
Native Americans. Oh.
Lola Vice states she wants Jada Parker, but gets herself a match with a returning Nikkita Lyons. Lola tells her a lot has changed since she has been gone. You just got back. Don't make me put you on the shelf.
So over or under, Nikkita Lyons making 6 months without injury.
She'd be lucky if she makes 3 months.
Ooh. We should make a bet right here.
I'm just saying, because she's a bigger woman and her moveset does not play to bigger woman. Her moveset is like kind of, it's not Keith Lee, but like she's not flying everywhere, but she's got like kicks that do a lot of stuff that have you planting on your knees, which aren't good for you.
Yeah. A lot of stretching and stuff.
Yeah.
I would like her to move to a Gunther style. She's gonna chop you all day.
Well, because if she becomes Gunther, I'm gonna have to start liking her again.
That would be amazing. She's like, I changed it up, honey. I'm fighting like Gunther now. Chops. Doing all half crab for wins.
If she hits me with the huh.
But you know what? She's back from injury. We knew it was coming back. Manny rejoice. Manny rejoice as this match is going to happen. It's probably going to be one of the thickest matches in the history of NXT. And where was Jada Parker this week? How dare you? Don't know what's going to happen. Don't know what's going to happen in that match. That's going to be a classic on CW.
So I would only hope that Jada Parker gets involved in this match because it doesn't. Lola Vice seems a bit too important to lose a match to a returning Nikkita Lyons.
God damn. I've seen Lola Vice lose to random ass people, man.
Yeah, but I don't think she should be losing to Nikkita Lyons on a return. Like, I love Ren Sinclair. But Ren Sinclair could take a loss from Nikkita Lyons and have the charisma to kind of push that side.
I'm sorry, I've just got a phone with Ren's agent and Ren Sinclair Enterprises, man. She's already taking the loss next week to Stephanie McClure. Next week she's booked.
Well, there's
She
others.
can't lose to. She can't lose to everybody.
Petrovic could lose a match to her.
And nobody even remember it was Petrovic.
Exactly. Carly Bright. What's the other one? Soruka's friend.
We haven't had the random NXT women collage in a while, Manny. I've already forgotten their names. And I'm sure they're all hostage in Ashanti the Adonis basement right now.
We didn't even see him this week.
No. I don't think he's ready for national television. They already canceled Pepe Le Pew. They'll get his ass too.
You telling me you wouldn't want to see him give a rose to Sexy Red and her reject him?
Does he go into black women?
Yeah.
I feel like he went to only the white ones. He may be a pass to Jakari.
Yeah, I think he's said stuff.
On a side note, Lash Legend Jakari Jackson are going to make their main roster debut to fight Snap, Cackle, and Pop on SmackDown this week for the titles.
It's going to be awful.
Oh, I think it's going to be good. I think you keep Jakari out the ring. You focus with Lash and Bianca and what you call them. I think you got a match. And I will say this, WWE has to be making history because I'm pretty damn sure this has never happened. I'm like 9,000%. Never have two black women fought for two sets of black women fought for a tag team titles. I don't think that has ever happened. Ever. Anywhere.
I don't think so either.
Get his book. Take that, Daddy. You can't get that one. You boat.
Why are you so mad at Natty? Let her have the record.
Natty has every record. She can't have all of them.
She's tanned enough to be considered.
Oh, no, Natty has an afro this week.
I didn't care about this match. I would go down and call it a ticker match. A-Town down versus Fraxium. Fraxium win. Didn't necessarily care about it.
Yeah, it was fast.
Yeah.
Nothing really developed from this at all. It was just kind of like, oh, okay. I never believed A-Town down was winning, which, you know.
MVP of the week. We don't normally do this. Ethan Page. That he did everyone a favor and interrupt Sexy Red's performance. It was atrocious.
I think the people in St. Louis was digging it. They loved Sexy Red because they booed Ethan when he came out interrupted. I'm just saying, I am not a fan. When Ethan came out, I went, oh, move it along. Thank you. Thank you.
But if you like that type of music, please state why. Please state why, because then I was just like, this woman is just talking. This
What, you talking about the genre of hip hop? Oh, yeah.
This woman was just talking.
No, there are people who are good at it, and I'm going to compare her to other black female rappers, let's say a Cardi B, and even the more ill-fated and hated Nicki Minaj at times, who can go out there and perform in front of a crowd. Sexy Red had no crowd control. There was no setup. There was no design. There was just it was like, oh, okay, you're out here, cool. But yeah, we didn't need this. There's better performers out there. She's the the other side of hip hop where you don't really care about, I guess, the lyrics or the music or the beat.
Marcus, it's about that time we start dusting off the weekend for WrestleMania. So why can't we get for NXT?
I don't know if are we using the weekend again for WrestleMania this year?
I mean, we always use.
Is he throwing out like Mariah Carey, or is there someone else?
Then we get the main event. Javon Evans versus Randy Orton. I mean, we tried to get that RKO off the springboard car. It just didn't look right.
He couldn't get it.
It was never going to work. It was just never going to work. That was too hard.
Randy didn't know what side he was going to let. Yeah, he was spinning in 1,000 different ways. And Randy was like, oh, shit, he's going this way. And it just collapsed. I was happy with Randy Orton just picking him up and just saying, all right, we missed and did
it. Store Marcus while I load something into the day.
So J.K. Smush put Sexy Red, Nickelback, Papa Roach on the weekend. I'm choosing the weekend, and I'm also choosing Flow Rider over the rest of the group. But Hardy goes below.
Papa Roach is the last thing you'd want to see. That is what a one-hit wonder.
There is who else? I would want to see Hardy. Jelly Roll goes ahead of them.
I like to see Jelly Roll. I kind of like his music now.
Oh, you sold out, Manny. I can't believe it. You let Jelly Roll get to you. He does one choke slam. And all of a sudden you're a fan.
No, his I Am Not Okay song kind of fits in with sadness.
Oh, get out of your emotions, Manny.
So, Marcus, you remember on
Lock your emotions in the closet. That's what I do.
I think it maybe was Bash in Berlin. Jimmy was there. You remember a certain when Randy Orton come out, and I weirdly said in the middle of the day, I wish I had Randy's thighs.
Yes.
Now I have.
Whatever you do, please. I hope you're prepared before what you're about to show me. I hope
it's not evidence. It's not evidence, but someone clearly feels the same way too. So what you see here is a picture of Rhea Ripley. She's pointing at a sign that says Kathy Kelly rocks. However, I want you to look at the other sign right next to it.
Yes.
RKO's thighs ruined my relationship.
That's horrible. That's like Eric and his Moose and Omofemi saga.
Yeah, but that's not
Omofemi, I think, hold on, first of all, Omofemi, I think is on the outs with Shantae for one thing. One, he made that sexist comment. Some cultures, women need to keep their mouths shut. And this week, I think he hit a woman. I think he
was trying to. He was trying to.
He threw some dudes at her.
He squared up her. He squared up to her. I've never seen fear in that woman's eyes in my life.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I went, oh man, when he did that, I went, oh man, you got to chill over. You don't want to become Odyssey Jones.
J.K. Smith, there's so many follow-up questions about what Randy Orton's size. I will answer them all. But J.K. Smith, you
So
answer.
yeah,
You
so the
ask them,
question
I will answer.
I'm going to ask the question for Manny. Would you keep everything else the same if we gave you Randy Orton thighs? I'm talking about they're going to be tanned and everything. Like everything else about you is going to be the same, but you're going to have Randy Orton's thighs.
My legs are kind of tan.
Not the height. You're not going to get his height.
My legs are kind of tan.
Oh God! Now we're looking at. I don't care, Manny. You're gonna just get his thighs. You're gonna have a 6'6", 6'7", whatever man thighs on your 5'8" body. That's what you get.
Marcus, it might make me taller. I may end up 5'9".
J.K. Smith, this is an easy question to answer. His wife was watching wrestling and was like, "Oh, he has great thighs." And then she started to, not say it, but look at her husband's thighs, probably sitting in his shorts and flip-flops or something, and goes, "Why does he have thighs? Like, I can do better than that." And then you got trying to go to the gym, and she decides to go to the gym, and she's like, "You want to work on your legs? You want to do leg day?" He's like, "No, I don't like leg day." That's strike 2. And then she just goes for strike 3 of, "God, I really wish I had Randy Orton thighs. This is ridiculous." And she see a man with better thighs walking down the street and clearly goes, "That's the type of man I should be with." And left him. Left him on the
good
street.
thighs. A man with good thighs. So Randy, so often Randy hits a regular RKO for the win. I'm just gonna say, Marcus, there were times in this match where Randy looked old. And when I say old, I'm talking about Tim Storm, NWA old.
Man, he is old.
No, but
He's
you know
old.
Tim Storm, when you looked at Tim Storm, he looked like he was ancient. He looked like he came from the black and white era. That's what Randy looked like in certain parts of this match, with Javon just like running around him. Javon was the fastest man alive.
Well, Randy in the back asked Frazier, "How fast is this Javon Evans?" And then they were like, "He's the fastest." And he's like, I'm right here. I'm the fastest. But Javon makes everybody, he's the old maker. They made a comment in the commentary on this match, I don't know if you heard it, when they were talking about the year 2012 was the first wrestling match he really actually saw, Manny. 2012! It's the first wrestling match. 12 years ago, he saw that match. He's 19 now. 7 years ago wrestling. And the match he saw was Randy Orton at Extreme Rules. And I can't remember who the opponent was. And I go, oh my God!
Probably Edge.
Now, Edge wasn't around in 2012. It could be anybody but Edge. I'm going to say Sheamus.
J.K. Smith says he has Naomi's assets. So what you're saying is you have a bunda. A big bunda.
That was NXT. Now it's on to Dynamite. Manny, put the ticker up. And that concludes our show for today. No, it deserves that treatment today. It deserves it.
It
really does.
It was tragic. This episode of Dynamite was god awful.
They had no momentum. They're trying to sell me on Wrestle Dream, which sounds more like Wrestle Nightmares. They're trying to scrape together people to put together a card. Everything was last minute. And yes, Manny, may I have your permission to go off script and not go one by one in each segment?
Yes.
So half the people on this show promoting Wrestle Dream was not here. Hank Man is fighting Jay White, not on the show. Swerve is going to make an appearance. I don't know what that even means. I'm assuming he's going to front MVP. Not on the show tonight. I don't even think MVP or Shelton showed up for the show tonight. The Young Bucks are fighting for the tag team titles against Private Party. Private Party kind of showed up, because I think we saw Isaiah Cassidy. I don't remember seeing Mark Quinn, but no, they showed up.
They were both there, because Stokely was like, "Do you want some money?"
Yeah.
But then they were like, "No," and they were like, "Okay."
Yeah. But the Young Bucks decided not to cut a promo against them. And it just goes on and on. Instead, we get random match of Hologram versus fucking Commander. And I only can say Commander's name by saying fucking Commander. You should say it on today. Because let me add, he is going nowhere. Yes, he's athletic. Yes, he can walk the ropes. But what else? Manny, please.
So, this is the one thing I picked up as possibly strikeable strikes for this week. Even though the show is technically the AEW Dynamite should be the strike of all strikes, but Don Callis is backstage trying to acquire the rights of Lance Archer from Jake the Snake. So he's cut a deal where Jake the Snake gets new talent. Marcus, I need you to answer this question. You
Yes.
can't trade something you don't own, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the fundamental. That's the fundamental law of trade, Manny.
You described a trading of talent where I give you something of mine and you give me something that belongs to you. Last I noticed, Rouge, the Beast Mortos, and Dralistico were never a part of the Don Callis family. So how has he obtained these people and then just traded them like that?
For the record, I believe Roosh was teasing that he was going to be a part of the Callis family. I don't know if he actually joined him on the Collision episode or not. So I will say Roosh is full play. The Beast Mortos, who later in the night, when they decide to throw up the fist for, Los Angeles or whatever the hell they're throwing it up for, they were throwing it up. The Beast Mortals was like, you know what? I don't know. But then he decided to join them, and Jake was like, yes, I got my team. Jake! I want to give him straight.
Jake for weeks, a month,
months even. Yeah, I would like to add this. There's many cases of elder abuse, but none more harsh than this, Callis. You done took advantage of an old man here. You done sold him some snake oil if I've ever seen nothing. Roosh is a very talented wrestler in the ring, but I can't make no money with him, Jalisco. I can only make money with the Beast Mortos, who I believe is the only one on the card for Wrestle Dream in the 0 hour.
Like, have you ever?
My God.
Have you ever seen a kid, like a baby, with like a $10 note, and you trade him three ones? He's like, more. Yeah. There's more here. That's what happened to Jake. That's what happened to Jake. Jake got conned.
He thought he would have said the Beast Mortals. He said, "Oh, that must be someone big." Oh no. But that was what I felt like, and that's my big takeaway from Dynamite this week. Was that guy? How would you do this to Jake? And then on the side note, Callis, why you won't Lance Archer? Lance Archer ain't beat nobody in 20 years. And since his inception in Dynamite, I don't think he's won a match.
And then the other thing that doesn't actually make sense, I thought a couple of weeks ago, Will Ospreay decided to leave Don Callis' family.
He did.
I thought he left. Why are they talking like, you could have brought gold back to the family, and then he said, I've got the international title, I brought that to the family. If you didn't medal in my last few matches, I would have brought you the AEW World Heavyweight title to the family. I thought you left the family. You can't just walk away after you can't walk away twice. That doesn't work.
I mean, they have this little spout, and then they go back and forth. And he's like, "Did you see the guest after me? Did you see it? Yes, I did. Yes, I did." I mean, he could have denied that to the day he died, but I didn't care enough, and I was just like, okay, he's done. Will Ospreay's been a babyface since he's joined AEW. I don't know why he was aligned with these heels anyway. His boy Fletcher is still, I guess, in there. I mean, I guess we're not boys anymore. Like, Manny, if we were in a faction together and you didn't like the tactics of the guy who was running our faction, and you were like handing screwdrivers to people, and I was like, Manny, I'm staying with this guy though. We're clearly not boys anymore at this point. It's like,
Marcus, there's that. And if you don't agree with the tactics he's doing, surely you fight the other people. You don't just walk away and watch your boy get killed.
Yeah. You fight back, but fuck it. But that happened on the show. Brian Danielson cuts promo on the match tonight in the tag match, but does not talk about Wrestle Dream at all. I felt like your career's on the line every single time. Mox is over here starting the show talking about life is green and you can kill people and rubbers and red and whatever he said has been fun. It sounds good, but he's talking nonsense. It sounds good.
First of all, your John Moxley voice is Jake the Snake Roberts, so you need to change that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I was about to say. Groggly. I just went with Groggly. It's just an amped up Triple H reading notes. Oh. So he goes and cuts his promo about how he has to end Bryan Danielson's career. Bryan Danielson doesn't really respond to it and just goes like, I have a tag match tonight with Wei Yuta. And then they're like, oh, it's a championship match where everybody has gold, and these people who have gold are fighting each other with gold. And I'm like, that's every AEW match other than Commander and Hologram.
So, Eric just put a comment there, and that just reminded me of the conversation you brought up in the pre-show meeting, where I text you today. What the fuck is that Darby Allin and Brody King segment?
Yes. And
Later did I find out Eric did the exact same thing.
Yes, 3,000 miles away, 12 hours earlier. Oh, as I explained to Manny earlier, I put on Dynamite, but I went to go get something to eat. Like, I paused it. It was like, oh, I'm going to get something to eat. I get a call from Eric, and he goes, what the fuck is that Darby Allin, Brody King segment? I was like, what? I'm just making sure. And then after that ends, I immediately go, what the fuck was this segment? And then Manny, 12 hours later, also said, what is this segment? And they put 20 years of history into this 5-minute storyline that can half a week of build and whatnot. And I got you a job, and I was happy for you, and all this other shit. And they've been fighting, they've been choking each other out ever since and killing each other. None of it adds up. But I don't even know. It didn't add any heat to it. It just made it seem like, I guess we get all this history. That goes on with this. This is Darby, you're a fool. You gave up your title match. You should be champion.
So this week it was supposed to be Britt Baker taking on Willow. I saw a video. I saw a video on Instagram from Tony Khan, who was just screaming into a microphone, where I'm pretty sure this was being recorded on a phone. So I don't know why he was doing that. Telling me that Britt Baker could no longer participate in this match, and this.
Why, she was Cheeto Adam Cole again?
Maybe. So it turned into a fatal 4-way. Conspiracy? Something going on with Britt?
There's a lot going on with Britt. I think there's a lot. I think that she's a cancer in the locker room, and I think the locker room has turned their back on Britt Baker. And because I think that she doesn't want to do jobs.
Yeah, even her girl, Jamie Hayter, don't want anything to do with her these days.
Yeah, everybody has disassociated themselves from Britt. It could be over this Adam Cole thing.
Yeah, it probably is.
Adam is a nice guy. Adam's a nice guy. And, you know, Britt, who has been very prickly in the back and has seen on AEW Access, the TV show, it's not liked by a lot of people in the locker room. I think that she doesn't have the power she carried, that they have bigger stars in their company now, or women wrestlers, and, you know, she needs to understand she's taking the back seat. You're the Bellas in the Divas Revolution, basically, Britt. We got Charlotte and Sasha and Bayley and Becky, and you are Nikki Bella at this current moment. And she's accepted. Just accept your role. Which, you know, that sounds harsh, but Nikki Bella had a hell of a run. It's over, though.
Yeah, that's about it. That was It was a very terrible Dynamite. I'm not even giving it dignity of talking about the rest of the show.
Yeah, it just... My main argument with this Dynamite, you can enjoy the matches, you can enjoy the people, whatever. It had one job to do. Sell me Wrestle Dream. That's happening this Saturday. That's all you had to do. Tell me why I need to be tuned in to Wrestle Dream this week. Tell me why, after I paid my hard-earned money to watch All Out, 3 weeks ago? About 3 weeks?
Yeah.
That I need to go spend another X amount of dollars to watch Wrestle Dream. And it ain't John Moxley and Bryan Danielson that's not putting my asses in the seat. They're not, and, you know, it could be Bryan Danielson's last match. They should be selling that shit hard. Like, it could be it. He could be his last Dynamite appearance. His last Dynamite appearance was some random tag match with Wei Yuta. So, Dynamite
this is a terrible job of selling this pay-per-view. And you could say we're being harsh. You could say, Manny, you're probably exhausted and tired, and you're probably being harsh on Dynamite. Tribalism. But I watched these two like one after the other. One was an easier watch. One I kept having to pause every 10 minutes to be like getting fed up with what I was watching.
And you know what? Full disclosure here. I watched NXT all the way through. even though it sacrificed about an hour in the Dodger game, when I turned on the Dodger game and I went, ah, fuck. Like as soon as I turned it on, what the fuck? 6-1 or whatever it was. And I was like, what the fuck? Dodgers make a start comeback in the third. We're down by 1 and we remained down by 1 and lost the game. Then I put on Dynamite. So you can't argue that I was in a bad mood when I started watching Dynamite. You can. But I don't think it... I mostly feel like when I watch wrestling, it uplifts me. And when something bad happens in the real world and I realize the Dodgers are the fucking Cowboys of the fucking baseball, it makes me sick. And wrestling will bring me back. This did not. This made me even more sad. I'm going to lose my favorite wrestler in some random pay-per-view called Wrestle Dream. That's going to feel like a fever dream because no one's actually going to watch it or remember what happened on the goddamn show. It's just upsetting. I will give them credit for one thing. They did feature 2 women's matches and multiple women's segments. So way to be progressive, Tony. That's going to be my positive thing with them. The rest of this Dynamite, they could have blew up and said fuck off for the rest of the night.
That's basically what they did.
I was more entertained
with no one on it.
Yeah.
And not even tell me any of the other real matches that are happening and backstory to them.
Yeah. I was more entertained by a friend of mine who went to Vegas and watched the Tropicana get imploded, and I was more intrigued about the that vision of that. He didn't even have video of the implosion. He was just around. But it was more entertaining than this week's Dynamite. Shout out to Stevie, not Turner.
They weren't even on
Yeah.
TV this week. Tired
No.
of seeing fucking boring ass Ava.
Oh no, shout out to Ava for working Mondays too, who was there. And Ethan Page confronted Adam Pearce about how Ava wasn't doing her job right in front of Ava. And then insisted to her to do her job, but she was like, I'm on my day off. Bitch, you know you salary, you know it. You know it. You're never off the clock. Do your job, Ava. Do your job.
She ain't even a good on-screen presence. Get me a real person.
No. I need her to be there, and I need her to join the Final Boss. I need her to join her dad.
No!
And I need her to get Stephanie McMahon random heat of just being there, or Vicky Guerrero type heat of just like, just shut up.
You dilute the Final Boss if you even put Ava near that.
I think she would work good as like, you know how Claw had a cat in Inspector Gadget, which is the second Inspector Gadget reference this week. I think Ava would be an excellent cat.
If you didn't watch yesterday's show, please make sure you check out the end of the show where we redid Murder, She Wrote.
Yes. It will come out as a separate clip. It'll probably get edited at some point. But Murder, She Wrote 2000s, starring Cheryl Lee Roth? I always mix her name up with Rachel Lee Roth. I don't know why. I can't think of Rachel Lee Cook. Cheryl Lee Roth. Cheryl Lee Roth.
And
with special guest stars.
If we get sued, it's Murder, She Wrote. It's Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote.
Special guests are off the chart this one. We got Donald Glover. Loretta Devine. Common. Delroy Liddell.
Yeah, that was the one.
That's the one.
Delroy.
I was like, we got... What's next in the next episode? Viola Davis and Denzel Washington? Tyler Perry shows up.
Going by ChatGPT, I feel like the budget is on limitless. It's like AEW, but I don't think we're getting Denzel.
Hold on, Eric. Not introduced by Triple H. Triple H and Lee Fitting. Whoever the fuck that is. That's the
why
thing
is he above Shawn Michaels? Why is he above Shawn
he's
Michaels?
above Shawn this week, and I went, what does he do?
That's the second time this week. Second time in a row he's been above Shawn Michaels, and I don't like it.
Lee Fitting is in charge. He's the second man in charge of the WWE. Who is Lee Fitting?
And
that's the greatest mystery in WWE right now.
And Murder, She Wrote is produced by Lord Manny Hayes and Marcus the Grand Finale.
Hey Hollywood, come to us with scripts, all right? We ain't gonna push out Joker shit. We got some real shit going on. We're bringing television back.
I think it did. I think it did. It was in New England.
Yeah, this is in New England. It's around the world. If you ever watch Murder, She Wrote, she travels. Angela Lansbury traveled.
and
Cheryl Lee Roth will travel.
this old lady
Cassie.
still had a typewriter. She still had a typewriter. She didn't upgrade
Yep.
to a. She didn't upgrade or anything. She didn't have a MacBook Pro or whatever. Ain't got no M4 chip.
Yeah.
She got
Yeah,
that. Ding.
That's back when you typed and you knew what the fuck you were going to type. There was no, let's wing it. No, you didn't want to bring out the white out and be like, fuck. Let me fix that. You knew exactly. You need to save every single time you pushed in there.
You
was some
actually had to
typing.
look
That was
up in
typing
a
when typing was
dictionary.
typing.
You had to look up in a dictionary how to spell something if you were going to be
Yep.
that wrong.
Yep, you can't be wrong. So she would have been a fan. Tell Shantae, Cheryl Lee Roth, Eric, and if you don't know who that is, which I think you do.
It's Barbara from
Barbara from
Abbott
Abbott Elementary. Imagine her in that role of Murder, She Wrote when Shantae watched that show. It's called Murder, She Wrote 2000s.
Actually,
Why does it take place in 2000s? I don't care.
find the end of the show. It's the last 20 minutes or something. We didn't get much from Raw, so we had to fill in the Columbo.
Ooh. Jeffrey Wright? I think Jeffrey Wright would be a good Black Columbo.
No.
He basically take the Batman look as Gordon and then basically be Columbo.
Is budget no limit?
Budget no limit. Oh, budget no limit. Man, I'm casting Denzel for any movie.
No, Denzel is not Columbo.
Yeah, but you just said budget no limit. Fucking Denzel. I don't care.
No, I'm taking this as like cast subject to change. He can't be recasted again. I'm putting Martin Lawrence as Columbo.
I don't know. Martin Lawrence can't pull off no Columbo. He can't be unless the whole thing's a comedy. Couldn't make Martin Columbo. He's too fat too at this point.
Columbo was never in shape, and he had that weird eye.
Columbo looked like shit every single week. Columbo looked like he just fell out of a bar. He was just like, so and so. Like he had that raspy voice. Shit. Columbo's tough. Who would I get? I want to be reasonable. Let's see. This may take some time to think. Black Columbo. Has to be reasonable.
No, Marcus, we'll just go to where we do things best. Chat GPT.
Who would make a good Black Columbo? Nah, he wouldn't do it.
Who would make a good black? How'd you spell Columbo?
Columbo. Why do I know how to spell that right off the top of my head? I watched a lot of Columbo. Or I've seen it a lot of times on the guide. Most definitely would be mad as Black Black Columbo.
They are fucking giving me reasons, Marcus. Wow.
All right, well here we go. We're gonna same thing gave us nothing. We're gonna investigate who would be the best Black Columbo.
Do you want me to read this word for word, or do you want me to? Because I already see this, and I think their number 4 is the winner.
Let's start. Let's pick the three. Let's pick the three.
Okay, so if you were to reimagine Columbo as a black actor, you'll likely want someone who could capture the essence of the character, unassuming, humble demeanor, combined with a sharp strategic intelligence. Columbo's disarming nature, his dogged persistence, and his understated charm would need to be reflected by the actor. Here are a few candidates who might fit that mold. I'm going to name you 5, and then you ask me what. You ask me which ones you want to know why.
Okay.
I can't even pronounce this one. Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali. That's not bad. It's a little high. It's a little high for television for him. But then again, we can't even get Blade off the ground.
Jeffrey Wright.
Okay, why Jeffrey Wright? Since I brought him up anyway, I feel like he's perfect.
Why? Wright often plays roles that blend intelligence with a sense of calm authority, like in Westworld and in James Gordon in The Batman. He
See?
could pull off Columbo's subtly and persistent questioning without being overly aggressive, which is key to the character.
Yeah, and I think he could take the white backlash that's going to attack him when they race big Columbo. These 60 or 70-year-old age demographic that's going to try to get online to get into those message boards. They fucked up Columbo. He's black now. I ruined my childhood.
Number
Was
3.
60 years ago.
Number 3. Bear in mind, I said number 4 is my guy. Number 4 is the guy I'm picking. But number 3, Don Cheadle.
Ooh. That's not bad. That's not bad. He ain't doing shit much these days.
Do you need to know why, or should we move on?
Let's know why. Let's see why Don Cheadle will get it. Is he going to do a British accent?
Cheadle is incredibly versatile, able to move between humor and drama with ease. He could easily slip into Columbo's quirky, rumpled exterior while showing off sharp wit and tenacity underneath. His role in House of Lies showcases his ability to play characters who think on their feet.
It's not bad. Not bad. I'm not going Don Cheadle. I have my pick now, but I'm going to go through the rest of these picks. But I have my pick. Go ahead.
Who's your pick?
Go ahead. Let's go through the rest. Let's see if my person makes
my pick definitely fits the he looks like someone that would play Black Columbo.
Delroy Liddell.
Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, he would.
He would. He's perfect.
God damn it.
Forrest Whitaker is
God damn, with the eye and everything. God damn it. That's...
Whitaker brings an everyman quality to his performance, which could fit well with Columbo's working class persona. His ability to play calm, introspective characters with a shimmering depth of emotion, like in The Last King of Scotland or Godfather of Harlem, would add a powerful dynamic to the detective role.
God damn it. That was your pick, huh?
Yeah, that's my pick. And then the final pick on this list.
That's probably number 1. If I'm casting the Black Columbo and I can get Forrest Whitaker, we're happy with that.
I would say, if you're casting this role, the big fish would be Forrest Whitaker. That is the whale you're trying to catch.
Well, honestly, I think Jeffrey Wright's the better actor. I would really want Jeffrey Wright, but Forrest Whitaker's the bigger name. Forrest Whitaker as Columbo just sounds like it's right.
The last person on this list is Keith David.
What? Well, no, that's what they are. Because they're just racist. They start picking the first black person that came.
Yeah, so Forrest Whitaker wins this for me.
Cheeto, I really went insane and said, I want a troubled actor here. I'm going to get someone that will be perfect for the role, but iconic in the role. I went with Terrence Howard on the flip side of Don Cheadle, as in they're the same person. I thought, he tries to exude intelligence. He's not really that intelligent in real life. But I think he would be a nice, good Columbo. But Forrest Whitaker's the answer. Fuck. That hits too real.
Perfect. He looks perfect.
Yeah. Eric's right. He's like Troy. He's light skinned. He looks like a kid does. Jeffrey Wright plays the role in like 9 different movies already.
Yeah, but I can already imagine him in the Mac looking all like...
Yeah. But Jeffrey Wright, the reason Jeffrey Wright, I can't select him, and this is all due respect to Jeffrey Wright, he's mid-card. He's mid-card.
So's Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker is top of the card. He's Academy Award nominated actor.
No.
Jeffrey Wright won shit. I love Jeffrey Wright. I think he's a talented actor. And I think he's a better actor than Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker has the name. That's Ghost Dog, Manny.
J.K. Smith said, Lazy Iron or Keith David might actually be a sneaky pick. We've just never seen him be sloppy.
I couldn't imagine him just trying to be sloppy, and I'll be distracted by Keith David being Keith David. What the fuck you mean with the ball? He put the phrase to the beans. That's just gonna come to my mind. Shit like that. It really is. Like this is a really good movie. Stanley K. Brown also makes a cameo in this movie and in the remake of Murder, She Wrote. But that was a really good movie.
Marcus, would you like the 5 potential candidates for...
Eric, nominated ain't winning. Nominated ain't winning. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Sorry, man.
of Murder She Wrote. So who would play Jessica Fletcher?
Oh, let's go for it. Let's go. We're down this route.
Number one, as you've probably already mentioned, Angela Bassett.
Yeah, I brought her up on the show yesterday. But
Yep.
I said Angela Bassett does not work for me because Angela Bassett still walks around like she's in her 40s. I need Cassie to walk around like she in her 90s. The old bitter bitch.
Number two, Felicia Rashad.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Someone else you
decent
brought up
cast.
yesterday, Viola Davis.
Yeah, that's too big. That's too big. Viola Davis must have really fell off. Like, I imagine Viola Davis in her 60s or 70s taking this role, but not right now. I wouldn't do that to Viola Davis. If she is a 60 or 70.
How do you pronounce this? Alfre.
Alfie?
Alfred Woodard?
Alfie Widow, yeah. We brought her up yesterday.
Did we?
Yeah, she brought up as one of the extras in the next episode.
Oh yeah,
I
and
said, oh yeah, she would make it good. Yeah,
Loretta
she
Devine
claimed
was
that.
also brought up yesterday as
Yes.
as the trifling woman that knew about the money.
Yeah. But Alfie Widow, yeah, she'd be a good one. Probably if they were to do where she wrote, that would be probably who they would actually get.
Yeah, that's it.
He was like. But no, I think with Cheryl Lee Roth, I think is my choice. Barbara would kill that role. Although I can't see her just being because I feel like she'd be intrusive. Just coming in, being intrusive into people's business. Yeah, just overall, just overstepping. Why your business? There's a murder that happened here. So what? It's not your problem. It's my family problem. Where the money at?
Oh, now I realize why Nikkita Lyons was only shot from that particular angle.
Hold on, before you go into that. Oh, she ain't got no pants on. She gave everybody the thigh. Now, Manny, if you had Nikkita Lyons thighs, you'd be.
If I had Nikkita Lyons thighs, I would have an OnlyFans.
Oh, Octavia Spencer would be good in Murder She Wrote. That's another good choice. See, like K.K. Smith, she would be perfect for a black race. Yeah, I'm telling you. Why haven't we did this? Honestly, if I was casting Foxy Brown today, Nikkita Lyons is who I'm casting as Foxy Brown.
Oh, Marcus, she started off like that. When she watch that whole promo again, she was talking up like she was in a little like podcast. Everyone just breathe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
And then she got a little bit hood.
Yeah, I appreciate the holistic medicine woman who's also very ghetto as hell. We all know that woman in this neighborhood. I grew up with a few of them people. They craziest people on the planet. They all about peace until they get pissed off about anything. I kicked someone out the casino the other night like that. Oh,
well, my cousins have typecasted me as a troublemaker now.
Man, look at you. You got that gold chain, that facial hair,
I was wearing this
that
gold chain
ambiguous skin.
I didn't say what I said when I was wearing the gold chain, though. The gold chain gives you confidence. I just did it. You don't disrespect my mother like that.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I should have never done it because you Americans carry guns. But I was like, it's a slightly older Asian man. I reckon worst come to worst, I can take him.
Who did you know, Manny? That Asian man grew up he grew up in Harlem, New York. He grew up with Bruce Leroy and everybody.
I mean, that's all I said. All I said to him was, if you mumble some shit towards us, if you're gonna say shit, say it with chest. Otherwise, don't say it at all. And then I just stared daggers at him from the exit as he was cashing up.
Well, Manny, I'm like that you moved on from beating up children to older men.
Some may say I may be the new enforcer.
Manny, I'm casting you as the Filipino equalizer.
Ooh!
There's nobody else. You had to compete. Who you competing with, Batista? Batista wouldn't be a bad Columbo, to be honest.
No,
He's a little
Marcus, don't
big.
you
He's a
dare.
little big. Skinny Batista right now could be a pretty good with Columbo. He'll come in and he'll mumble some words out. He wouldn't be bad.
No, Batista is now that villain because he's so skinny. That kind of weak ass villain that walks around with a cat.
All right, but I guess that concludes the show today. Thank you for staying with us as we went over the recasting of Murder, She Wrote and Columbo, but making it black. I don't understand why we haven't did this. And Kathy Bates' Matlock, J.K. Swift, that's real? I didn't even know that happened. That's happening?
No, that wasn't my first trip to America, J.K. Swish. Manny has been doing the podcast too long. Our culture has rubbed off on him. American culture or Black American culture? Because I think it's both.
It's probably all of it. It's probably all of it.
Manny can lead if they redid the Shield. Oh,
Ooh.
I don't think I'm big. I don't think I'm husky enough for that anymore.
Well, you know, they would, give Mackie lose some weight. I need to watch The Shield. I heard it's great. I never watched it.
No, it's good.
By the way,
but like it's
CCH
slow.
Pounder should be considered for Murder, She Wrote. She's in everything. She shows up randomly and shit. She's been showing up in random for shit my whole life, CCH Pounder. Never actually had her own series or anything. Just randomly shows up.
Yeah, so if you can, and you're still here, go check out yesterday's show. Go check out the end of the show where we did the first episode of Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, the second episode will be out next week. We have to fill in that third hour Raw.
Yeah,
yes.
Melodies and Murder.
Yeah, we got to fill out that third hour Raw somehow. So that's what we did with episodes of Murder, She Wrote. And maybe we'll throw in an episode of Columbo every now and then too.
Oh, that'd be so good. With starring Forrest Whitaker.
I mean, I wanted to see auditions for this one. I would like to see Jeffrey Wright, Forrest Whitaker, and Terrence Howard all perform and see how they do it.
Because I'd like to be behind the desk telling him to do the most awkwardest shit. Look like you're dying. Look like you're dying. But that's how Columbo looked to me. Every time I saw him, he looked like me.
Yeah, just look at that glass and turn it upside down over and over.
Columbo looked like he had a hernia every time I saw him.
Honestly, when I first saw Columbo, I immediately went to my mom and was like, what's wrong with him? And her explanation, I think he's just drunk all the time, to be honest.
I think I saw it. I asked my mom, whose granddad is that?
Eric, I have us all being on Oz and Law and Order. We started on Oz and then ended up in Law and Order.
Yeah, so like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Dynamite was shit, but we made the best out of it. I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
Marcus, the grand finale, and don't forget to breathe, sugar. Mm-hmm.
And if you like some Sharpshooters merch, none of us are wearing it right now. Mine's in the wash because it just happens to be there. Buy these shirts at thesharpshooters.creator-spring.com. Be like everyone in these images.
Yeah. And I would say I would have the merchandise on, but you know what, guys? I walk out this house and I just get mugged and mobbed by people who are going like, where did you get such a cool, racially inciting shirt or ambiguous shirt? Or who are these sharpshooters? And I believe in this. I believe in this. Black people are targets, and that's why I must wear this shirt, to let the world know I believe what that happens. It is the most amazing type of merchandise you can get. The sharpshooters.creator-spring.com. Use hashtag or use codes Lord Manny Hayes, and you get 20%
off.
Yes.
We out. Peace.
Oh, I guess we're still here. Oh, yeah, this is a variation. Did we even show this one?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Amy Sakawa and Nikkita Lyons, same person, I believe. I can see them just talking about rocks and stones and shit together.
And breathing.
Yeah, I can see, honestly, in some 70s action movie, I can see Nikkita Lyons as the main character as Nikkita Lyons, with her assistant Emi Sakura, who does all the work.
I forgot to mention, tune in Friday for the Manny tries snacks from Trader Joe's. Or it'll be labeled as British. Brit tries snacks from Trader Joe's for the first time.
Maybe they confused it with Britt Baker.
No, they won't. But look at that candle there, Marcus. It's coming. They're coming.
I enjoy the organization of these thumbnails and the confused look on your face. It's just like every other thumbnail I see on my YouTube feed. This looks authentic.
I have to really credit my cousin Nikki for actually fixing up the patio, because it did rain the night before and it looked like a storm hit it. But she fixed it up really well. Like, everything was tidy. I was getting attacked by bugs the whole time. There was like light, there's fire at one point. There was candles lit.
Yeah, I have a question. Was the pumpkin there, or is that just there for design? Did they already have that pumpkin? It was like,
the pumpkin was already there. The pumpkin was
Jesus.
actually living on the table where all those products were. We just moved it to fit it in with the look.
Impressive. I do also appreciate Manny not being used to sun. It looks like the sun is kicking your ass and look at your face.
If you see that thumbnail was taken at the beginning of the shoot. If you look at the remainder of the actual video, that hat is not on because I was sweating like a pig.
So Manny's hair status is not as ambiguous as you think. It is bald. Just like
hey, when you look at that picture, you think, oh, he could have dreads.
He could have something there. I know. I want someone to quickly, oh, he's bald, he's a fool. Will I take advice from Homer Simpson? No. I know. Manny done sold out. It's that proper YouTube look.
No, there's one where I look like a valley girl, where I'm looking upwards, and I was like, I can't release this to the public. Oh, let me just pull it up. Hold on. We're supposed to be going, but I'll show it.
Yeah, we're supposed to be going. You guys know how this show works. We're supposed to be going an hour ago, but instead we're talking about Columbo.
Of course, we're going to talk about Columbo. The man was a genius.
When have we ever talked about Columbo?
The man was a genius, and I stand by it.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the eye of. I don't know what this is.
This is a man.
But I like the thumbs made it each time. The thumbs made it each time, everybody.
I don't know what to do with my hands in situations when I have to do thumbnails and they're facing me. Guns, point at people. Look at all my photos with the Eve women. They're all me just pointing at them. Except the ones where they're incredibly taller than I am, that I don't point at them.
Manny, you should go like Lyra Valkyrie and go all hands in your pictures. She's all hands.
Those pictures are harsh, man. You should have picked that thumbnail. No. You want one of me just smiling nicely. Not like that.
Pretending to like people. Pretending to not hate everybody at that Trader Joe's. I'm here for the snacks. Get out of here. I don't need help. Where's the self-checkout? You don't have one?
So
I gotta
glad
talk
you
to somebody?
So glad you aren't in Florida when the photo was taken. Also, don't fuck with Columbo. That man solves fucking crimes.
Yeah. J.K. Smith, hopefully you're staying safe in Florida. I know it's crazy out there, by the way. Stay safe. I don't know how the location's going. I just look at the news and be like, oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. So, video out Friday, and we will be back this Saturday. We're all back on Saturday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
See you guys.
It's Black History Month, Marcus. I'm ashamed of you.
You know, I was thinking about actually even changing that to the England flag at one point, Manny, but you know what? I didn't. Let you represent Mexico in peace.
But Titties made every single one. Oh, wait, it didn't make this one.
No. I tried. I couldn't fit her in anywhere. I couldn't fit her in anywhere.
I know how you could have done it.
She wasn't a full body.
I know how you could have done it.
She looked like a very small person with giant titties.
You could have replaced the NXT title with it. Because it's white and gold. What you can't see is Marcus lying back in his chair laughing.
All right. Later, guys. For real this time.
Yeah, peace.